All right. From Joe. I fast because the minor pain of fasting is much easier than purgatory. When I fast for the sins of my children that persist, then I expect results. Is it prideful to expect results from fasting?
Um, I I think if you define what results are, and you have said, well, this is what that means, then I don't know if it's prideful, but I think it's a little presumptuous. So I think that you can certainly offer them in an intention. I'm offering my fast for the intention of the conversion of so and so person, or the intention of this particular thing. That's not prideful. That's following the scriptures to cast all of your cares and anxieties upon the Lord, for He cares for you. But I think it's only prideful when you go, all right, I get to control what this looks like, down to how God will and when God will answer this prayer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm reading right now a little book called The Love That Keeps Us Sane. And it's a kind of a exploration of an application of Saint Therese's thoughts in Little Way. And one of the chapters that I have found very challenging is on this question of results. And ultimately, when you look at Saint Therese, what she really believed is like, hey, what matters is that we love. What matters is that we have the intention of service and love to God. But ultimately, she literally says, the results are not in my hands. I don't control these outcomes. And that is the domain of the Lord. And that's really challenging in a results oriented world. Certainly in the Western world, certainly in the United States. I mean, everything is about outcomes and results. And it really flies in the face of certainly kind of my thinking about results even a couple of weeks ago. And so my encouragement, Joe, is certainly to pray, certainly to fast, not be afraid to be very specific on those intentions for your children, which the Lord views, I'm sure, as beautiful. But it's an opportunity for trust, in Him, that in His time, in His way, His plan, will be achieved. And your work here and your participation is part of that plan, but ultimately to leave the timing and the results to Him.
And there's always results. We just don't know what they are.
Yeah.
And that's part of that surrender and that trust that God is doing things as He knows best, and we don't know.